Hey y'all, it's Chimdi. So I'm really excited about this video because I think it's gonna do well because it's talking about money.
And I miss having videos that do very well.
Though I must say, my video about how I don't get high anymore is a surprising hit, so I love that for us. In this video, we're gonna talk about my 5 streams of income as a full-time creative. This is gonna be for the year 2021. I'm in the process of starting a couple of things here in 2022, and I'm gonna talk about that at the end. But for 2021, I just have all the numbers, so it's gonna be really easy. I was motivated to make this video because the lovely Unique sent me another video another creator had made. I think she had 10 streams of income, and what really motivated me is she said that 9 out of the 10 did not exist in the prior year. And what I love is that I'm gonna talk about 5 streams of income. 3 of them existed before, and 2 are new. And like I said, I'm in the process now of creating another, let me refer to my notes, another 4, all right, that we're gonna talk about. Also, I thought this would be a good video to make because I had another creator ask me, I had a couple creators ask me,
girl, where you making money?
If you're a creator, I think a good way of knowing what your audience is interested in is to just look at what questions you get. That is gonna be the focus of this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to my Patreon. That's one of the streams of income that we're gonna talk about later. I've got 2 producers. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, y'all, for like supporting me at such an amazing level. Like, it really means a lot. I literally, when I got the first one, my jaw actually dropped because I was just like, what? So, and it's only been like less than a couple of weeks, so really excited about that. I actually shared the notes that I'm gonna be referring to for this video on my Patreon because that's one of the benefits, and there's other great stuff there too. And your support in just watching the video and giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment below is also wonderful too. Speaking of comments, let me know in the comments how much money do you make and what is your job? I was so tickled because, you know, in my how I used to get high video, I straight up asked you all, I'm like, do you do drugs? When did you start? How does it affect you? And people were like,
well, yes, I do drugs. This is how it affects me. This is why I'm stopping.
All this stuff, and I just love the transparency. Wage transparency is very important. That's how businesses, you know, take advantage, is they assume that we're not talking amongst ourselves. Let's go ahead and get this video started. So I had 5 streams of income in 2021, and together they made me $7,895. Let's start with the first one, which is the most recent one, and that is working part-time with Adobe. So I support the Creator Camp as an online moderator. It's a part-time job, it's freelance, it's an hourly wage. I've been doing it for about 3-4 months now. In 2021, I did it for October, November, and December. From that job, I made $1,490. What I really like about that job is that you can kind of just work as much as you want. There are times when I'm really like pouring into the community and like really involved, and there are other times where I get busy and I'm not able to do it as much. And because it's part-time, there's that flexibility that's there. One thing I'll say though, because it's an hourly wage, is that I didn't negotiate at all, and I wish I had, and like low-key, y'all watching this, y'all might be hearing from me. The transition of going from working full-time nonprofit to working part-time, I was so grateful and excited to even be able to have the opportunity to work in this way that I didn't think about like actually knowing and asking for my worth and adding tax. And that's something that I'm really gonna be really intentional about in 2022, especially as I start exploring these additional streams of income. Another thing I really love about this job is that I did not apply for it at all. I did not update a single resume. I did not write a single cover letter. I literally was being me, engaging on the community when I was in Creator Camp. Because of that, Adobe reached out and said, hey, would you like to support us? I got a recent comment on the Quit My Job series where the person was saying like,
no one's answering the question of what about bills? What about money? Where does the money come from?
I know what it's like to when you don't see the opportunity, you're like, where is it gonna come from? And I love this part-time job and how it came to me because I literally didn't have to do anything for it and it was offered to me. And that's really how life works. If you're open to it, opportunities will just come to you. If you're vibrating right, things just come to you. It can be that easy, you know? My next stream of income is sponsorships, or sponsorship to be more accurate. I got my first sponsor in 2021. It was with a jewelry company and they paid me $350. They offered me like $150, so I was very proud of myself for negotiating up into that amount. But one thing I realized is that I definitely could have gotten way more, and so I am kind of disappointed in myself. You know what you know, and then you go from there. It was really easy and fun to work with them. I've heard that working with the brand can be a little bit bit tough, going back and forth in terms of rounds of editing. I didn't have to deal with any of that. Literally, I just made the video, sent it to them. They were like, looks good. And then they sent me my money. So it was really, really convenient. Having a sponsorship pay $350 when I'm gonna talk about AdSense in a bit, compared to how much I was getting in AdSense, was a really big eye opener for me. If you're a creator on YouTube, you hear again and again that like AdSense is not it. It really comes down to sponsorships and collaborations. And obviously I put energy and effort into making the video, and it was really fun. The ad I made, it's in the structure of like me talking to like another version of myself, and it was just really fun to script and like to play both parts and to like learn the editing that was necessary to like make that seem realistic. So I had a good time creating that ad. For that sponsorship, they actually emailed me, and I know that there are so many sponsorship opportunities available if I just do the outreach to different brands. And so literally last night I spent a good chunk of time reaching out to so many different brands, and I was so scared about doing it. I'm so excited because I now like have that confidence of being like, the worst they can do is like say no or just straight up ignore you, whatever. You just don't know it's possible unless you put yourself out there. I think doing voiceover work might be my favorite way of making money because I find it just genuinely so easy. I worked with Babbel as a voiceover artist for them. I've done 5 videos with them all in 2021, and they paid me $250 each. And so I've made $1,250 from voiceover work. I got that opportunity, I've shared it before, from a friend. He just posted on his Instagram, hey, we're looking to add to our voiceover library. DM if you're interested, auditioned, and then boom, I got this really cool gig. They're such an amazing company, and they have like a video series as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to do like additional cool stuff with them. And I'd also would love to do more types of voiceover work. I haven't really created any kind of reel or anything like that, or even like done any intentional outreach to other brands and being like, hey, if you need voiceover artists, here I am. But I would love to have a couple more clients specifically for voiceover in 2022. That would be really, really cool. All right, this is my smallest amount of money. Primarily, I use Amazon for my affiliate marketing, and for the year of 2021, I earned $242. I think this low sum, because you know, we all buy and sell stuff all day long. In every video, there's something I could be saying like, hey, I got X, Y, or Z from Amazon, check out the affiliate link. And I think what's kept me from doing that is just like a discomfort with how Amazon treats its workers and feeling complicit in that. So I mean, I haven't really figured that out because I still have the affiliate links in the description box if you want to see where I got my camera and my lens and the tripod, and like, yeah, I just feel a little bit uncomfortable with that. So I'm not so pressed about expanding with Amazon, but I've heard there are other affiliate services that you can use. Someone told me that there's one like for style. Let me know in the comments if you know of other affiliate programs that are worth checking out. I also tried to do a Target one because I had a really big video that was using their wallpaper, and I just couldn't figure out how to set it up. And so I just did it, but I'm realizing I guess that shouldn't be an excuse, you know? There's money on the other side of taking the time necessary to just like figure something out. But if there's anything easier, just let me know in the comments and I would really appreciate that. Oh, hey y'all. Welcome to the halfway point of the video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. Right now I'm reading Happy Pocket Full of Money. This book has really changed me in terms of my relationship to my inherent abundance. I'm going to talk about it in the book club that I do with my Patreon people. If you want to become a Patreon person, it's patreon.com/chimdi. But if you're not ready to commit, that's cool. That's all right. Your support in the form of watching this video, it means a lot too. Let me know in the comment section, how many streams of income do you have? One point that other creator made is that people think having a job is actually the secure way of doing it, but the reality is that they're putting all of their eggs in a single income streams basket. When you have diversified streams of income, that is a lot more secure, because if something happens to one stream, you've got all the other streams to keep you afloat. So something to consider. All right, back to the video. And then finally, what's gotten me the most amount of money in 2021 from being a full-time creative is AdSense. Yes, I made $4,563 last year from AdSense. A big part of this was because I had that hit video series about quitting my job. Before then, my average AdSense was like a couple $100s. I don't think I even got to $1,000 in 2020. And then after that video, I got like over $1,000 in 1 month. And that kind of like kept dropping to like 800, 600, 500, 400. And now I'm back roughly to around a couple $100s. When I got that sponsorship and I got $350 $250 from one video. That's more than I would have gotten on average before this hit series from AdSense. That really made it very evident how much more money you can be making from sponsorships. My hope and my goal and my plan is to continue to expand my other streams of income so that AdSense just becomes a smaller piece of the pie. Like, I'm still making money from it, but everything else is just making even more money. So those are the streams of income that I had in 2021, and that is pre-tax income. And what I really am doing with this video, y'all, and I love to do this, is creating this snapshot of the past so that like in a year from now, I could be like,
yeah, I made $8,000 last year.
Look what I made this year. Because I think that's so motivational and inspirational, you know? Those are my income streams from the past. Now let's talk about the ones that are currently in the works / are growing. The first one y'all know about is Patreon, of course. I just launched it a couple of weeks ago and I have been surprised. I thought for sure, I was like, oh, certainly 20 to 50 people are gonna sign up immediately when it drops. One tip if you're starting a Patreon is that a good way of doing it is actually like have a campaign where you're like building buzz for it and then you open it. I think that's how you get like a nice pop of people right away. I knew that was a thing and I just didn't do it. I was like, listen, it's open. If you love it, sign up. If not, that's cool too. One thing I was really intentional about is pricing the tiers so that I could make a nice chunk of money from having a few people give a lot versus having like a lot of people give a little. I think it's better to have people who are super invested in you and only have that be a small number than have like a lot of people who are like, yeah, they're okay, you know? The highest tier is $49. I literally limited that tier. What I'm offering that tier is more time intensive. I wanted to honor myself as I was creating and not get burnt out. I had someone tell me like, be careful about that. I basically am treating it like a group chat. Like and when there's like a meme, when there's like an update, when like the script for this video, like I said, I put it on there. I'm just kind of like sharing more freely there and that feels really nice. The next stream of income, technically I got it in December, but I haven't been paid yet. So, you know, I just don't have the money to say how much it is. And that is events and appearances. So not only was that New York City trip that I attended with Adobe and 368 Studios, all expenses paid, but there was actually an additional payment on top of that, which is super cool. Haven't actually gotten paid yet, so I can't tell you what it is. But I love this is a thing for me. And I love and I'm excited about doing more things like that, doing more shows and series, in-person things, panels, engagements, hosting things, like all this different stuff. And that's gonna come with its own stream of income. The next stream of income that I have in the works is digital products. So I am working on a digital product for you all. It's gonna be an online course. I'm in the process of creating it now. I've actually finished all of the scripts and I'm really excited because it's gonna be in that same structure that I used for that ad. If you haven't seen it, it's in the video I made about why I'm still single. It's been really fun to script and it's gonna be really fun to shoot. That's like in the works, you know? Maybe I'll learn from my lesson and like make a proper campaign. I think I'll do that more once it's further done. But it's all the scripting is done, which is cool. I'm excited to share that with you all. I think it's really fun and beautiful and sweet and vulnerable. So I think it'll be good. And then the final stream of potential income is client work. I reached out to this company that I spent time with on this travel thing last year and I asked them if they would love to exchange some social media support with more time with them, you know, experiencing the travel program. And they were like, yes. So I have since like drafted up a couple of different ideas and I'm gonna share that with them and then hopefully they pick one and we get to work together. This will be my first time working with a client in this way and doing it in a way where like there's a deliverable, like a video product that I'm delivering to them. So I know it's gonna be a learning curve, but I'm gonna get a lot from the experience. So I think what I'm really excited about is that in the same way that the sponsorships is a great way of making like huge sums, it's not about a couple hundred here or there, it's about like thousands of dollars in one sum. I'm pretty good about building relationships, maintaining them, networking, and I know those are some of the key things that allow you to leverage one client and get another one and keep like expanding and growing your portfolio. So that is how my money is doing. One of the reasons I really want to make this video too is because it's very easy to tell stories with video. In the video I made about my New York City experience and getting that web series, I think it just really supports a certain narrative about my trajectory as a creative and about my growth. And I do believe that I am on this upward trajectory. I think it's important to see that like the financial sides, that's that you don't get this idea that's like, oh, Chimdi, she's just like out here, she's doing great now. And to be clear, I am doing great. And let's look at the numbers so you can really understand what it looks like on the back end to be creating full time and just the growth and journey that's coming along with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you did, subscribe to see more. And of course, join me on Patreon. Help me get my streams of income up. Don't you want to be a part of my journey? Just by watching, you're a part of the journey. You don't have to do much else. But if you want to do much else, go ahead and join me on patreon.com/Chimdi. All right, bye.